Hello everybody, my name is Herman Hall, a Spanish 1 teacher and an instructional leader with the Culture Cafe program. And I've also worked in the past as a instructional leader with the Spanish 1 teams, the Spanish 4 folks. I've also worked in the past for some course development projects, in particular the Spanish 1, Spanish 2 and 3 courses, where we kind of scrapped the old Blackboard courses and built them from scratch in Moodle and then now in Canvas. And then I've also done some revision contract work in the past with NCVPS. So that's kind of my background with NCVPS as a whole. Just going to dive into the questions. How do I use data daily in my instruction? Primarily, I use data in progress reports. Obviously, every 2 weeks we're doing progress reports, so I try to use that time when all that data is shipped out to the schools to reach out to stakeholders and parents and connect with them for folks who might be struggling. The other one primarily for data is if I see common trends and errors or types of mistakes in graded assignments, I do try to address those quickly in announcements with some remedial stuff or review for certain things. Technologies that I love, obviously embedding videos, slide shares. Spanish is a very audio and spoken discipline, so I'm also using MP3 recordings for voice feedback for spoken assignments. The live classroom platforms of Collaborate Ultra, and whatever we're using at the time for our required live classes that we give in Spanish. Google Voice for texting and phone calls. Obviously emails. Quizlet, which is a great online vocabulary practice resource. The Canvas messaging platform. I love S'more to kind of spice up my weekly email communication with students and stakeholders as well. So those would be my favorite ones. I've never really received any personal awards or recognition, so this is kind of flattering to be considered as even a candidate for the Teacher of the Year with NCVPS. Other contributions to the online learning environment, probably the thing that I'm most proud of, really is the content and the course development work that we did for the Spanish 1, 2, and Spanish 3 courses. I worked with an incredible team of teachers over the course of 3 years, and rumor has it that the quality assurance folks gave the Spanish 1 course, I believe a 96, which I heard was the highest grade given to any audited course within NCVPS. So that makes me really proud, the pedagogy we tried to use, and the curriculum and instructional design concepts that we put into practice when building those courses. And the format's very similar for Spanish 1, 2, and 3, so really proud of that. And obviously the work with the Culture Cafe, which I'm going to go into a little bit later. And that's about it. We're going to go into a quick review of kind of some of the highlights of the Culture Cafe program over the last 10 years, and then we're going to look at my course. Thanks for listening to my little video, and y'all have a good one. As the Culture Cafe turns 10 years old this year, we are celebrating with a look back at some of the program's highlights since inception. Culture Cafe hosts hour-long lectures on various cultural topics to broaden our students' cultural and world views. These presentations are delivered by the faculty of the North Carolina Virtual Public School as ancillary instruction and stretch learning for interested students on a variety of cultural topics within the World Language Department.
All of this helps us broaden the cultural perspectives of our students, build tolerance for different cultures, and inspire our students to visit these lands on their own. Culture Cafe by the numbers. With over 50,000 students that attend the North Carolina Virtual Public School annually, what follows is the hard data on the program since its beginning. Over 7,000 students have attended these sessions. We have had over 300 presentations, over 125 different presenters, and more. So what's next with the Culture Cafe? Historically speaking, the Culture Cafe has been an almost exclusively world language production. But in 2017 and beyond, all of that is changing. The Culture Cafe is now branching out into science, technology, engineering, and math disciplines to diversify the program offerings to our students and support STEM education within the North Carolina Virtual Public School. The Culture Cafe has started broadening our STEM options with a partnership with the Coastal Studies Institute and their Science on the Sound lecture series. The Coastal Studies Institute is a research and educational partnership with East Carolina University and the University of North Carolina. Bringing cutting-edge science and oceanography talks to our students is an incredible opportunity. It's never too early to start thinking about your future. We are hoping to expose our students to a variety of career paths and encourage their own thinking about their future. Planning is already in the works for lectures on entrepreneurship, journalism, ecotourism, and more. For more information about the Culture Cafe, feel free to reach out to me here. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to seeing you in our next session. All the information for the Culture Cafe program can be found on its website at www.ncvps.org/culture-cafe.